President Obama scrapping plans to go there. Critics say Obama's absence at the summit is a loss of face for the United States. And what's worse, it's also a setback for the White House much ballyhooed Asian pivot strategy, a shift of U.S. interest on that critically important area. CCTV's Callebs is live for us tonight overlooking the White House with more details on this cancellation.
Yeah, Mike, think about how the day went. President Obama spent the day calling key Asian allies, apologizing for not attending the APEC Summit. However, this has turned into a golden opportunity for China, and there is widespread belief that this change of events could give China a big upper hand in the ongoing tug of war for influence in the region. The U.S. government partial shutdown has claimed another casualty. President Barack Obama has been forced to cancel an important week-long trip to Asia, including a vital stop in Indonesia for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC Summit.
We received the information that Obama would like to cancel the visit to Indonesia. We feel slightly surprised. Surprised, it means, yeah, we disappointed due to the cancellation.
It has been 5 years since Obama first announced the so-called Asian pivot, the U.S. shifting its focus from longtime trouble areas, such as Iraq and Afghanistan, to Asia, where China has emerged as a growing economic and military leader. China and the U.S. have differing views of the Pacific Rim, as well as territorial disputes over the South China Sea. Analysts say Obama could not have had his wings clipped at a worse time.
Well, it is a pity, because of course, this letdown felt will also has some impact on the credibility of the United States leadership in the future.
Stepping in to fill the void at APEC is China's President Xi Jinping. China is using the summit to announce a slew of trade deals, including an agreement with Malaysia to enhance economic and military ties.
The prospect of trade and economic cooperation between Malaysia and China is great, as it is in the interest of two countries, but will benefit the whole region.
As far as the U.S. goes, as far as missing out on the key economic benefits, President Obama is also missing out on those important one-on-one side discussions with world leaders. For example, Obama was expected to sit down with Russian leader Vladimir Putin to talk about the ongoing crisis in Syria. However, with the U.S. government partially shut down, Mike, you can consider this an opportunity lost.
And Sean, what's interesting is we keep seeing all these events that are kind of driving the president's agenda and areas where he doesn't really want to spend a lot of time talking about Syria and then, of course, the budget here at home. And now we've been spending so much time talking about this much heralded Asian pivot, and it seems like the strategy just keeps getting pushed by all these outside forces.
Without question, and I think you talked about it in the intro to this story about a loss of face, and that's what we're hearing from analysts, from world leaders, and the Asian leaders can't help but hide their disappointment. Let's remember that Obama actually spent his childhood in Indonesia, so he was basically returning as a celebrity. Now, nothing against U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry, but he's not President Barack Obama. You lose that star power, so that's a big setback. And as far as Obama's long vaunted Asian pivot, it's been a disappointment. There's no way else to characterize this at this point. Obama missed the last APEC meeting in 2012 because he was in the middle of a re-election effort, and now to miss this one as well. A lot of allies that are really focused on potential trade benefits in Asia. The U.S. is really pushing what they consider a very significant trade effort going on right now, even though China is excluded from that. And also the ongoing discussions about the South China Sea. There are a lot of nations in that area that the U.S. has been talking with, saying, if you believe that China has been acting somewhat aggressively, we're there to counter these concerns. Well, the U.S. isn't there, and that's what a lot of these countries are taking away from this.